I've been here for 10 years now, and I've known about Legend suspension for pretty much as long as I've been here. I have never ridden a bike with Legend suspension on until this year, when I just started with my 2004 Police Special custom bagger that I just finished up. I've tried some other companies before in the past, and I knew that Legend was top in their field in what they did. And what I wanted to do is give it a shot. I was looking at their kit. I knew a couple of guys that worked here who had their stuff on there. And I figured when I finished the bike, and as cool as it is, as cool as the custom project it is, it really called for something a little bit more. It really needed the Legend suspension on because of the fact that when I pull up to a show and now I drop the bike, it gives it that little extra something. And on top of that, the shocks are just a really good set of shocks. So it's a good dual purpose set of shocks for when I want to show the bike and when I want to ride the bike. And comparing to any other shock in the market that I've had or that I've used on that bike, and I've gone through 2 different sets of shocks right now, not that I didn't like them, but the Legend just took it up a little bit more than the rest of the companies did for me. I've built custom projects in the past, and I've worked on bikes and I've built choppers in the past, and I've built this bike for myself. But wiring was always something that I never wanted to play around with. Well, when I got the kit in and I started to work on the bike, the way they have it set up, the way they have the instructions set up, it was a no-brainer for me. It's so easy to just plug in. And for me, that says a lot, because now I'm confident enough when I go to the customers and say, how easy is this kit to work with? I can confidently say that I've done it on my bike. It is fantastic to work with. It's an easy setup. Now, from a dealership standpoint, when we sell that kit, and we can actually make a profit off of that kit, because 1, we got good margin in the product itself. 2, because it is so easy to install, we're not going to be losing any efficiency or time or proficiency for the mechanics. And the kits that we've had here in the dealership so far that the mechanics have worked with, they just love them because they are so easy to use and so easy to put in. It's barely above putting on a regular set of FL shocks. So the mechanics are all for it, I'm all for it, the price point is great, the technology behind it is fantastic, and from a technical standpoint, they are just a fantastic thing to work with. And coming from a guy who works on his own bike on himself at home, it really helps out a lot and really takes care of it for you. So the quality of the shocks and all the components that go in it, it almost to me seems like the thing is over-engineered. And that's what you want. When you're selling a kit and you're showing it to a customer, you want to feel that quality and you want to be able to show that quality. So when you have a set of Legend suspension shocks, the components, the compressor, and the switches that are all in there, it's almost easy to sell because you can feel the difference. And that's important when you're talking to a customer, because now they have confidence when they're holding this shock in their hand and they're seeing all the components that go with it. They're going to know once they put it on the bike that it's going to be just a fantastic product all around. And once they start riding it, it sells itself right there. And now we have customers that have Legend shocks on their bike selling other kits to other customers for us because the product just speaks for itself. It's fantastic.